The Boron Letters is a collection of letters written by copywriting legend Gary Halbert to his son Bond during his time in prison. The letters were written in the 1980s and are a valuable resource for aspiring copywriters looking to improve their craft. In this summary, I will go through some of the key points that Halbert makes in his letters. Here's the summary content. The importance of copywriting, understanding your audience. The importance of headlines. The power of storytelling. Testing and refining. The importance of discipline. The importance of copywriting. One of the recurring themes in the Boron Letters is the crucial role that copywriting plays in the world of business. Halbert argues that copywriting is the single most important skill that any entrepreneur or marketer can possess. He emphasizes that the ability to write effective copy can make or break a business, and that mastering this skill can lead to great success. Gary Halbert emphasizes the importance of copywriting as the single most important skill that any entrepreneur or marketer can possess. According to Halbert, copywriting is the backbone of every successful business, and a good copywriter can make all the difference in whether a business succeeds or fails. Halbert believed that copywriting is essential because it is the tool that businesses use to communicate their value proposition to their customers. A good copywriter can take a product or service and present it in a way that is compelling, persuasive, and memorable. The copywriter's job is to use language to connect with the reader, to make them feel understood, and to show them how the product or service can meet their needs. Halbert believed that the power of good copywriting goes beyond just selling products. He argued that copywriting is a form of persuasion that can be used to achieve any number of goals, from inspiring people to take action to changing their beliefs and attitudes. A good copywriter can use their skills to persuade people to donate to a charity, to vote for a particular candidate, or to adopt a new way of thinking. Halbert also believed that copywriting was the key to creating a personal brand. He argued that people are more likely to trust and do business with individuals who are able to communicate their message effectively. A good copywriter can help a business owner to establish their voice, to build their reputation, and to attract the right kind of customers. One of the reasons that Halbert believed that copywriting was so important was because it is a skill that can be learned and developed. Halbert himself did not start out as a great copywriter. He worked at it, read books, practiced, and over time became one of the most successful copywriters of his generation. He believed that anyone could do the same if they were willing to put in the time and effort. Gary Halbert believed that copywriting is the single most important skill that any entrepreneur or marketer can possess. He saw copywriting as the tool that businesses use to communicate their value proposition, to create a personal brand, and to achieve their goals. Halbert believed that copywriting was a skill that could be learned and developed, and that with enough practice, anyone could become a great copywriter. Understanding your audience. Another critical point that Halbert makes is that to be a successful copywriter, you need to have a deep understanding of your audience. He advises his son to take the time to study the people he is trying to reach with his copy and to learn as much as possible about their hopes, fears, and desires. Halbert believes that this knowledge is the key to writing persuasive and compelling copy. Gary Halbert emphasizes the importance of understanding and appealing to the desires and emotions of the target audience in effective copywriting. Halbert argues that in order to create successful copy, a copywriter must understand what motivates their target audience. People make decisions based on emotions, not logic, so it is essential to understand the desires and fears of the target audience in order to create persuasive copy. To do this, Halbert suggests conducting research to understand the psychology and motivations of the target audience. This includes identifying their desires, fears, frustrations, and pain points. Halbert believed that the most successful copywriters are those who are able to tap into these emotions and connect with the reader on a deeper level. One of the key ways to do this is through the use of language. Halbert believed that copywriters should use language that is simple, direct, and easy to understand. This means avoiding jargon, technical language, and complex sentences that can confuse the reader. Instead, copywriters should use words and phrases that are familiar and relatable to the target audience. Halbert also emphasizes the importance of using storytelling in copywriting. Stories are a powerful tool for connecting with readers on an emotional level, and they can be used to illustrate the benefits of a product or service in a compelling way. Halbert suggests using stories that are relatable and that the target audience can identify with. Another key element of effective copywriting is the use of benefits instead of features. Halbert believed that people don't buy products or services because of their features, but because of the benefits they provide. Copywriters should focus on communicating how the product or service can meet the desires and needs of the target audience, rather than simply listing its features. Finally, Halbert emphasizes the importance of using a clear call to action in copywriting. A call to action is a statement that tells the reader what action to take next, such as buy now or learn more. A clear and compelling call to action is essential for motivating the reader to take action and make a purchase. Gary Halbert believed that effective copywriting requires an understanding of the desires and emotions of the target audience. This can be achieved through research, the use of simple language, storytelling, the focus on benefits over features, and a clear call to action. By tapping into the emotions of the target audience and communicating the benefits of the product or service in a compelling way, a copywriter can create persuasive copy that motivates readers to take action. The importance of headlines. Halbert places a great deal of emphasis on the importance of headlines in copywriting. He argues that a great headline can make all the difference in whether or not your copy is read, and that a weak headline can doom even the best copy to failure. Halbert advises his son to spend as much time as necessary crafting headlines that grab the reader's attention and draw them into the copy. This point emphasizes the importance of establishing credibility in effective copywriting. Halbert argues that credibility is key to building trust with potential customers. In order for someone to buy a product or service, they need to believe that it is legitimate and that the seller can deliver on their promises. Copywriters must establish credibility in their copy in order to overcome any skepticism or doubt that the reader may have. There are several ways that copywriters can establish credibility in their copy. One of the most effective methods is to use social proof. Social proof is the idea that people are more likely to trust something if they see that others have already trusted it. For example, a copywriter may include testimonials from satisfied customers or statistics that show how many people have used the product or service. Another way to establish credibility is to use authoritative sources. This includes citing research studies, industry experts, or respected publications. By using authoritative sources, copywriters can demonstrate that their claims are supported by reliable evidence and experts in the field. Halbert also emphasizes the importance of using language that is honest and transparent. Copywriters should avoid making exaggerated or false claims about a product or service, as this can damage their credibility and reputation. Instead, copywriters should be honest about the limitations of the product or service and focus on the genuine benefits that it can provide. One of the most effective ways to establish credibility is through personal experience. Halbert argues that copywriters should use their own personal experience with a product or service to establish credibility and build trust with the reader. This includes sharing stories or anecdotes about how the product or service has benefited them personally. In addition to establishing credibility, Halbert also stresses the importance of maintaining credibility throughout the customer's journey. This includes delivering on any promises made in the copy and providing high-quality customer service. Copywriters should also ensure that their copy accurately reflects the product or service being sold, and that it is not misleading in any way. Establishing credibility is a key element of effective copywriting. Copywriters must build trust with their readers by using social proof, authoritative sources, honest language, personal experience, and delivering on promises made in the copy. By establishing credibility and maintaining it throughout the customer's journey, copywriters can create a sense of trust and loyalty that can lead to long-term success. The power of storytelling. Halbert believes that one of the most effective ways to write persuasive copy is to use storytelling. He advises his son to weave stories into his copy that will engage the reader emotionally and create a connection with them. Halbert argues that stories are one of the most powerful tools in a copywriter's arsenal and that using them effectively can lead to great success. Halbert argues that curiosity is a powerful motivator that can capture the reader's attention and keep them engaged with the copy. By using curiosity in the copy, a copywriter can create a sense of intrigue that encourages the reader to keep reading and learn more about the product or service being sold. One of the most effective ways to use curiosity in copywriting is through the use of headlines and subheadings. The headline is the first thing that the reader sees, and it must be compelling enough to grab their attention and make them want to read more. Halbert suggests using headlines that are provocative, surprising, or intriguing. For example, a headline might ask a question or make a bold claim that piques the reader's curiosity. In addition to headlines, Halbert suggests using subheadings throughout the copy to maintain the reader's interest. Subheadings should be used to break up the text and provide a clear structure to the copy. They should also be used to tease the reader with snippets of information that encourage them to keep reading. Halbert also suggests using open loops in copywriting to create curiosity. An open loop is a statement or question that is left unresolved, creating a sense of anticipation in the reader. For example, a copywriter might start a story in the copy, but not reveal the conclusion until later. This creates a sense of curiosity that keeps the reader engaged and motivated to keep reading. Another way to use curiosity in copywriting is through the use of mystery. By creating a sense of mystery around a product or service, a copywriter can generate interest and intrigue in the reader. This might involve hinting at a secret or hidden benefit of the product, or using storytelling to create a sense of mystery around the product or service. Finally, Halbert suggests using scarcity in copywriting to create curiosity. Scarcity is the idea that people value something more when it is rare or difficult to obtain. By creating a sense of scarcity around a product or service, a copywriter can create a sense of urgency and motivate the reader to take action. For example, a copywriter might use language that implies that the product is only available for a limited time, or that there are only a limited number of products available. Using curiosity is a powerful tool in effective copywriting. By using headlines, subheadings, open loops, mystery, and scarcity, a copywriter can create a sense of intrigue and motivation in the reader that encourages them to keep reading and take action. Testing and refining. Halbert also stresses the importance of testing and refining your copy. He advises his son to always be testing different approaches to see what works best, and to be willing to make changes based on the results. Halbert believes that copywriting is as much science as art, and that, by using data to guide your decisions, you can improve your copy and achieve better results. Halbert argues that empathy is a key element of effective copywriting because it allows the copywriter to connect with the reader on an emotional level. By understanding the reader's needs, desires, fears, and frustrations, a copywriter can create copy that resonates with the reader and motivates them to take action. One of the most effective ways to use empathy in copywriting is through the use of language that speaks directly to the reader. This might involve using words like you and your to address the reader personally. By using language that is personal and intimate, a copywriter can create a sense of connection with the reader and make them feel understood. Another way to use empathy in copywriting is by using storytelling. By sharing stories that resonate with the reader's experiences, a copywriter can create an emotional connection with the reader. This might involve sharing personal stories or anecdotes that illustrate how the product or service being sold can solve a particular problem or meet a particular need. Halbert also suggests using language that is positive and uplifting. By using language that is positive and inspiring, a copywriter can create a sense of hope and motivation in the reader. This might involve using words like imagine or dream to encourage the reader to envision a better future that is made possible by the product or service being sold. In addition to using empathy in the copy itself, Halbert also suggests using empathy in the design and layout of the copy. This might involve using images that resonate with the reader's experiences, or using typography and color schemes that create a mood or tone that is appropriate for the product or service being sold. Finally, Halbert suggests using empathy in the customer service experience. By providing excellent customer service that is attentive to the reader's needs and concerns, a copywriter can create a sense of trust and loyalty that leads to long-term success. Using empathy is a powerful tool in effective copywriting. By using language that speaks directly to the reader, sharing stories that resonate with their experiences, and using positive and uplifting language, a copywriter can create an emotional connection with the reader that motivates them to take action. By extending this empathy to the design and customer service experience, a copywriter can create a sense of trust and loyalty that leads to long-term success. The importance of discipline. Finally, Halbert believes that one of the most important qualities for a successful copywriter is discipline. He advises his son to develop good habits and to stick to them, even when it is difficult. Halbert argues that discipline is the key to developing the skills and knowledge necessary to become a great copywriter. Halbert argues that people are inherently procrastinators, and if given the opportunity, they will delay making a decision or taking action. As a copywriter, it's your job to create a sense of urgency that motivates the reader to take action immediately. One of the most effective ways to create a sense of urgency is by using scarcity. By emphasizing that the product or service being sold is in limited supply, or that the offer is only available for a limited time, a copywriter can create a sense of urgency that motivates the reader to act quickly. For example, a copywriter might use language like limited time offer or only 10 spots available to create a sense of urgency. Another effective tactic is to use a countdown timer that shows the reader how much time is left to take advantage of the offer. Another way to create a sense of urgency is by emphasizing the consequences of not taking action. By highlighting the negative consequences of inaction, a copywriter can create a sense of fear or anxiety that motivates the reader to take action. For example, a copywriter might use language like "don't miss out on this opportunity" or "act now or risk missing out forever" to create a sense of urgency. Another effective tactic is to use language that emphasizes the potential loss that the reader will experience if they don't act quickly. Finally, Halbert suggests using language that is active and direct in order to create a sense of urgency. This might involve using imperative verbs like "act now" or "don't wait" to create a sense of urgency and motivate the reader to take action. Creating a sense of urgency is a key element of effective copywriting. By using scarcity, emphasizing the consequences of inaction, and using active and direct language, a copywriter can create a sense of urgency that motivates the reader to take action immediately.